Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to see all of my wonderful, beautiful chronic illness warriors today, all my warriors out there. So excited to have you back. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down there in the bell. And I'm so sorry, I keep copying my hands today. I don't know why. It's the thing I've been doing today. But yeah, if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the little bell, so you can be told when a video comes up. And if you're a returning warrior and you haven't done so yet, and you've been thinking about it, you know you want to, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. So excited to have you guys back. We've got a wonderful, wonderful episode today. One that I wanted to delve into because I think it's very important. I think it's something that it's some information you guys really needed to know. It's something that I feel should be brought to attention. And hello, my wonderful warriors. Welcome back to Coffee Talk with Mobility Mom. As you know, Tuesdays are our travel tip Tuesdays or tip Tuesdays. I don't know. Call it whatever you like. It's just Coffee Talk with the Mobility Mom, and we talk about travel on Tuesdays. So, I had a couple people asked me over the last week when they found out I had gone to Universal for several days for AEP training so that I can bring you the most up-to-date and wonderful knowledge of planning your Universal vacation, because you know you want to do that. So we're definitely going to get together. We're going to plan a Universal vacation. We're going to throw in some Disney. You're going to call me. We're going to set it up. We're going to become great best friends. And you're going to have a fabulous summer vacation. So call me, hit my buttons. You know it's all about that. But I did have a few people ask me how things went at Universal and if getting around Universal is as easy as some of the other theme parks in the area or throughout the United States, really. And I will be completely transparent and completely honest with you and tell you that doing Universal is a little bit more challenging. Doesn't mean it's not doable. Doesn't mean I don't love Universal, because I do. I absolutely adore Universal. It is right up there in my top 5 theme parks because, let's face it, I'm a Harry Potter fan. I love Jurassic Park. I love the Minions. The Minions are my men. Those are my main squeeze. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like a little yellow guy that runs around going banana, banana? I mean, come on. But I do. I absolutely adore Universal and Islands of Adventures and all them. But I think they really missed the mark when they did their design of the rides when it comes to accessibility. And this is why. As I said, I've done many theme parks, both here in the state of Florida and around some of the United States over the years. And Universal, oh, sorry, I saw a cat go flying by. Universal is probably the only one that I can recall to date that does not allow you to take your ECV through the line up to the gate where you get onto the ride. And that to me is a little bit hard because if you do not have the ability to walk per se, and you are a solo traveler, doing the rides at at Universal is very hard. When you get to a ride, they do have an accessibility pass. When you go through the guest relations, you explain to them kind of what you need and what you're capable of doing, and they sort of give you a pass that fits what you need. Because as we know, not all disabilities are the same. Not everybody can move the same way. So you get that. And then you go to the ride and you get a return time, just like you do any theme park. Where Universal, I feel personally, missed the mark was because I'm kind of a solo traveler when it comes to theme parks. I do have somebody that drives me to the theme parks and will spend weekends with me at theme parks. But when they take me to the theme park, point in case, my husband, we will do weekends at theme parks, but he is not a theme park person. When we get to the resort and we check in, he's gone. He goes to the room. He grabs food, he goes to the room, he chills out and watches TV, eats, and all of that. I go inside the theme park. So he's not with me physically in the theme parks. And that's okay because he does not like it. He doesn't like the crowds, he doesn't like the heat, and he hates to ride. But he drives me because he knows I love that. So the problem that I come into, and I have talked with this with other people who are solo travelers who actually can drive themselves and loves theme parks, is that even though you can have an ECV in the park, when you go to get on the ride, you have to park your ECV. Then you can transfer to a wheelchair to go through the line and then get on and then transfer onto the rides. However, if you are a solo traveler like myself in the theme parks, rolling yourself on a wheelchair on multiple rides gets exhausting after a while. Not only that, but you run the risk of blisters and if you don't have the upper body strength like myself, after the first ride, I was exhausted. Thankfully, I can walk small distances. It's difficult and sometimes can be dangerous for me because I don't have very good depth perception. So if the line is sort of, if there's any imperfection in the concrete or the whatever you're walking up, or if there are steps that have to go up or steps that go down, or even if it inclines down or inclines up, it's a little bit harder for me and I can stumble and fall. So there is that little bit of issue, and I do want to say it's more of a design issue. I mean, I honestly don't think Universal set out to say, hey, we don't want people with disabilities on our rides. But I do believe, and I know they tell me every time I ask about it, that it's a safety issue. However, as I said, I have been to many theme parks, not just here in the state of Florida, but around the United States. And Universal, I am almost positive, is one of the only ones that won't let you take an ECV through the line. And I think it was a design issue. So as much as I love Universal and I enjoy it, I find getting on and off the rides exhausting because after a couple of, even if you are doing the express or you're doing the return time, walking up some of those lines to get on the physical ride, some of them are long, even if you're going through the express. And I found that by the time I got up to the ride, even going through the handicapped area and taking the elevators to wherever I needed to go to get onto the ride through the handicap accessible line, I was exhausted by the time I got on the ride, which made the ride a little less enjoyable. Not that it was a horrible thing, but I just found that was a problem. So yeah, I have learned that if I'm going to do Universal, I need to make sure I have somebody with me, even if they don't want to do rides, to be able to push me up to the ride to get on, and then they can go sit in the family room where it's got AC and all that, and wait for me to get off, and then we can go enjoy the park together. Because as a solo traveler, getting on and off rides is very, very difficult, especially if you have limited mobility, or if, and like in my case, it's not only is it limited mobility, but it's a visual thing. So I get very nervous, especially if the walk up to the ride is in a dark area. Like a lot of the Harry Potter rides, you have to go through these darkened areas because that's the theme of it, and it's just really hard. Doesn't mean I don't love Universal, doesn't mean I won't be going back. I'm already planning my next trip. I think Universal is amazing. I just need to be a little bit more prepared and plan it out a little bit better. That was the lesson I learned this last week, was that I need to pre-plan better, which is what I always tell my clients, and I tell you guys all the time. If you are traveling or doing an attraction or something that you've never done before, pre-planning is key. Call ahead, ask all the necessary questions, find out what is allowed, what isn't allowed, all that kind of stuff, because you're going to find out that not every place and everything takes in consideration the huge umbrella that disability involves. because every disability and every person is different. Just because you say you have a mobility issue doesn't necessarily mean that you can't walk or you can't move. Sometimes your mobility struggle is because you've sprained an ankle or you've broken your toe. In some cases like mine, I have trouble walking because my depth perception and my visual, my peripheral vision and just my vision in general is off. So your disability thing. So there's a lot to take in consideration, and when you go to new places or you go to theme parks, you need to make sure you're letting them know what your needs are. But overall, my trip to Universal was amazing. Like I said, I'm planning to go back. I got to see some hotels and resorts that I hadn't seen before, so that I have on my list of places I want to go. And like I said, it's an amazing place. If you are all about the movies like Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, the Minions, if you're a Dr. Seuss fan, it's all there, and it is amazing to go. I have so much fun there. I just need to plan a little bit better. I need to pre-plan. I need to make sure that when I go, I have somebody with me that's willing to kind of push me in the wheelchair so it takes some of that pressure off and some of that exhaustion off me. But yeah, it was a fun time. But that is something you need to be aware of. Like I said, you need to make sure you pre-plan, make sure you have a game plan for doing it, because even though you can use an ECV in the park, they cannot go through the ride line. You have to transfer to a wheelchair or be able to walk. So that is a very important key when you go. Alrighty guys, so that is my tip for the week. That is my travel tip. So don't forget, you're going to call me and we're going to plan your Universal vacation. We're going to plan your Disney vacation. We're going to make it a split stay. You're going to do a couple days at Disney, then you're going to split and you're going to jump to Universal and do a couple days, or vice versa. We're going to start at Universal and then you're going to jump to Disney, right? Because you're going to call me, or you're going to fill out that little free quote form, and we're going to plan your vacation. And you're going to slip that under the Christmas tree this year, and let your family know that you're taking them on the most spectacular vacation they have ever seen in summer of 2023. And you're going to plan a huge vacation for them. Or, you know what? Here's one for you. You're going to go to Universal for a couple days. Then you're going to jump over to Disney for a couple days. And then to wrap it all up in a nice, neat thing, you're going to jump on the cruise ship, the Disney cruise ship, and you're going to go out to the ocean for things where you can relax and eat. Sounds good, huh? All righty. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go now. And again, thank you for tuning in, for supporting my channel, for supporting me. I am very grateful and blessed to have you here. And we will talk soon. So have a blessed and wonderful day, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.